So, if you're a guest on here, we're really excited that you're on here. In fact, if you have been a Shift ambassador for a year, 2 years, 3 years, however long, we're really excited that you're on here as well. I really believe that what you are about to see, if you actually are stopped, you know what? Let me just preface this. I'm gonna spotlight myself for everyone to see. And the only reason I did that is because if you're on a phone, sometimes it's hard to see the speaker, and I do not want you guys to miss this. If you're driving, I would really encourage you to pull over. If you are cooking, I'd highly encourage you to put it on low, put them on the back burner, and just stop. If you're eating dinner with your family, I would highly recommend that you ask to be excused and step away for the next 15 minutes or so. We're not going to go into all the detail, okay? But you're going to get to see enough. You're going to get to see this much of what is about to roll out. And I'm talking about in days, guys. We're days away. You're going to see this much of it tonight. And if you get it, if you even get 1% of what I show tonight, your life may change forever. And I mean in a big, big way. And I'm going to make a big statement, okay? You don't have to believe me. Honestly, I don't mean this. I do not. Please do not say, oh, he's arrogant. He said this or that. That's not where this is coming from. It's not from ego. It's not from arrogance. It's not from, I don't even know. It is from my heart to yours. If you catch this tonight, you're going to feel like that you are back in the Bitcoin days when you had a chance that if you'd have just put $1, you see that finger? $1, not even the cost of a cup of coffee, not even the cost of an energy drink, not even the cost of a bottle of water. If you'd have put $1 into Bitcoin, it'd be worth $4 million today. Do you know that? And the reason why you didn't is whatever, right? Maybe you thought it was too good to be true. Maybe you didn't understand it. Maybe the words were, words you'd never heard before, and every question you asked, you just became more confused. And when you're confused, you don't want to believe, you don't want to take action. But if you had it all to do over again, if you could do it all over again, seriously, and I want you to talk. I want you to unmute yourselves and answer this question. If you had it all to do over again, if we were back in 2010 and you could buy Bitcoin, knowing what you know today, what would you do? Honestly, what would you do?
Right. Definitely would have invested.
I invested in Bitcoin. I put $1 on Bitcoin, and the phone that I had did it on, somebody stole the phone.
Sell everything I owned.
There you go. Now you're thinking. Sell everything you own, right? Everything. Even have a garage sale, right? Like, hey, that's $5, that's $2, that's $10, that's $7, everything, because every $1 that you would have bought would be worth $4 million today. So every dollar would have counted, and you would have treated it differently. Well, we all know hindsight's 20/20. It's a big statement. It's a big thing. And I'm going to be called all kinds of names. I've already been preparing myself for what's coming around the corner. I know people are going to say I'm crazy. People are going to accuse me of things. People are going to throw, rocks at me. People are going to shoot arrows in me. I get it. They may do that to you too. But I'm about to show you something that I believe with all my heart, 100% of my heart, is going to give you the same opportunity, maybe even a bigger opportunity. In fact, I was told today that it was bigger than Bitcoin. But it doesn't matter if all you're going to do is wait and see what everybody else does. Because you'll miss that window too, just like you missed the last window. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you a few things. And I may even open it up for you to ask them questions. I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to answer them, okay? But I may let you ask some questions tonight, all right? So let me see here. I need to remove the spotlight. Do I need to remove the spotlight? Maybe.
No. We can see the screen.
We can see it.
Okay. So I'm not going to give you all the, and by the way, if you guys, okay, if my co-host, if you could just really stay tuned in to the guest, it is such a big help for me. Like, it's so big, I can't even begin to explain it to you, okay? Those of you that have been around with us for a long time, you can't even and I don't mean this disrespectful to you, but you can't fathom what we're about to launch. I know we've kind of hinted around, AI and AI twins and AI agents and all this stuff, and all of that is true, and you're going to see all of those types of things, but it is a million times bigger than that. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. Anybody can add an AI agent or AI twin, and guys, that's a dime a dozen, okay? What you're about to see is an entirely new economy. You're going to see an entirely new type of currency. You're going to see an entirely new decentralization of what's called attribution. You see, the social media platforms, they decentralized connection. But what they didn't grasp is attribution. And so when you're out there posting and you're talking about stuff and all that, you don't get paid for anything, do you? Most of us, right? If you're driving a BMW, taking a video of yourself, and you influence somebody to go buy a BMW, you don't get paid, right? Or if you are in anything and everything that you're doing on social media, you're at a restaurant, you're talking about how delicious it is and everything else, somebody goes, you don't get paid for that. You don't get paid for any of those things, right? If you're wearing a pair of Nike tennis shoes and you're talking about them and showing them, you don't get paid. There is no attribution. Well, we've decentralized attribution. In other words, we've done what social media hasn't been able to do. And I'm only going to show you just the tip of the iceberg, guys. The tip of the iceberg, okay? So think about an AI-powered ecosystem that pays you to create content as a content creator. Literally. Okay? That anybody in the entire ecosystem that uses your content, you get paid. Okay? Think about if you are a trainer, speaker, presenter. Anybody that uses your content that triggers revenue, you get paid. Even if you're not associated to them. They're just in the ecosystem out there. Okay? But what if it was more than that? What if you could actually compete? What if you could, sportify this decentralization of attribution? Now, I know these are big words. I'm probably talking over some of your heads, and I don't mean to do that on purpose, but there's just no other way to explain what shift is. Yep, it is the new paradigm, guys. I'm going to show you a couple things. So when you understand what decentralized attribution is, and this is just regarding content, forget the content, it's just decentralized attribution. Guys, it really is bigger than Bitcoin. It really is bigger than NFTs. In every decade, it seems like the internet decentralizes something, that used to belong to the middleman. Well, I'm telling you guys, shift is next. If you think about it, money, currency was decentralized with Bitcoin. Remember that? And then ownership was decentralized with NFTs. But attribution's a whole nother model. You see, attribution is who gets credit and cash when something happens, even if you weren't the connector, even if you weren't the one who introduced them, even if you weren't connected to them in some form of a genealogy or a tree or a downline, an upline, an affiliate program, an MLM program. It has nothing to do with that. You're not even connected to them in any way, shape, or form. But because you had a touch point in there, some way, some shape, or form, you get paid. It attributes that sale to you, even though they're not connected to you. They're in this ecosystem out there, not connected to you in any way, shape, or form. Because that's what decentralized attribution is. You see, we're taking it back from the algorithm. The algorithm on social media and all that, they pay the corporations. They don't pay you. Are you following me? I don't know, it's a little out there. I'm not going to go into all this and how all the ways that you can get paid and blah, blah, blah. I am going to show you a little bit of the Shift AI Studio actually live, okay? But yes, you can create images with it. Yes, you can. You have your own AI twin. Yes, you can. You have your own video studio. You have your own voice studio, SEO blog. You have an enhancement thing. And guys, not only that, it'll actually quote you how much projects are like for you to do them and how many credits, everything. But there's also a championship where you actually get to compete against everybody in the entire ecosystem, like as a competitor. Literally almost like a sport. I want you to think about that. Get your arms around that for a minute. Imagine if... Can I get... Yeah, thanks. So think about it. If you were able to win based on how good you are at something and not who you know, okay? Again, I don't want to go through all this. I don't want you to whatever, but I do want to show you something. So I want you to take in fact, let me show you the studio real quick, or part of it, okay? So this is the Shift AI Studio. Guys, this is changing every single day, but I just want to walk you through it real quickly. If you want to create an image, a blog, something quick, something really quick, a voice thing, it kind of tells you how many credits it's going to take, right, to do that. And then you just type it in here and bam, it kicks it out. All right. Or if you want to have a conversation just like ChatGPT, boom, you can do that. Okay. Create new chats and all that. And by the way, this is real. Oh man, why did I do that? Oh no, why did I do that? Hang on. I'm out of it, aren't I? Now I'm going to have to go back in there. Okay. So here is what the studio actually looks like. I'm not going to go into detail, but images. You want to generate an image, you just tell it what to do. You choose the style you want. You want it to be a real photo looking. You want it to be cinematic. You want it to be comic book, retro. What do you want it to look like, okay? What size? You want it to be Instagram, Reels, Facebook, Hero, logos, all that stuff, right? Then you choose the quality. Do you want it to be standard? Like fast, punchy, best for scenery, lifestyle shots? That's only 20 credits. You want it to be a medium? Cleaner, it's 50 credits. You want it to be like a pro, accurate, whatever, that's 150 credits. What text do you want to overlay on it? What logo do you want? You want to upload your own logo? You want to use the Shift logo? You don't want one. Where do you want the logo? You want it in the top right, in the top center? You get the point, right? What size do you want the logo to be? And then when you do this, you click quote and generate. And when you hit quote and generate, it's going to tell you exactly what you created here, how many credits it's going to take to do that, okay? In other words, and then it tracks how many credits you have left, okay? Now, guys, this is just so you don't have to do it, even though you can go and make it less, okay? Your twin, same thing. Going through the same twin. I'm not going to go through all this, but yep, you can choose all kinds of stuff. Video conversions, guys. Avatars, different voices, different landscapes. You can even create people that don't look like you, okay? That work for you. Voices, blogs, enhancing different things. Even this, I don't want to go into this, but you can upload videos and stuff, guys. You can take a shot of your head and you're doing something and then subscribe, put words over the top of your voice and everything, over the top of your whatever. There's campaigns, all types of stuff based upon the package that you have, okay? There's different scripts that you get based upon the package, different analytics you get based on the package that you want. Cues, history, your contacts are in here, by the way, okay? And you can determine whether they're a lead, a prospect, a customer, a team. You can add a contact. It's real simple. That's all you do, and you score them based on the relationship. And this is real, guys. This is actually on a server and all that. This isn't just some AI little photo that you're seeing, okay? You can click on these names and whatever, edit them, etc. And I'm going to show you some more about this here in a second. Messages. Guys, we have our own email platform, our own SMS text messaging platform. You can compose them. You can schedule them for later. You can check your inbox, but you can go in here and say, so that's my dog. You can select all. You can put in, you can choose, how do you want all 500 of these text messages to go out. Well, I want it to say their first name, so you click that. You want it to say their first name in the text, you click that. And then you want to schedule it for later, or you want to send it now. And it will send it to everybody. Even it will take the content that you created, okay, and I'm going to show you that here in just a second, all the content, and you can send your content that you're creating in Shift AI to every single contact in your entire database. You can post it straight to social media, straight from the AI platform. Okay, different plans. Don't pay attention to the pricing and the different things you get. Here's some of the settings. You know, your email. You change your passwords. Here's the connected platforms. We're about to roll those out. Yep, it'll be day one. Here's a brand kit. If you want to brand yourself so that everything that goes out has your logo, it has your favorite colors. So you can click on here and do all that kind of stuff, okay? What image do you want? What do you want your email signature to be? Your text, blah, 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 all these different things, okay? I don't want to show you admin yet. And there's some other stuff I really wish I could show you, but because I'm running out of time, I just want to show you this. So here's an example, guys. It will be unlimited, the number of credits that an individual can purchase, okay? With Shift AI. Corporations, professionals, entertainers, influencers, whatever. Investors, they can buy as many credits as they want, okay? And then based upon how many credits you have, the company has, whether or not you refer the buyer, okay? Based upon some competition stuff, based upon what rank you're at, some different modeling, where you land on the leaderboard, and what your rank is, you get paid. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a quick example. So just on the competition here, let's say that a company bought 100,000 credits or $100,000 worth, or let's say an investor bought $100,000 worth of credits. Okay, and here's what it looks like to pay this out. Now we can choose: do we want to pay an even split, a linear decay, a power curve, a podium pay, etc.? How many places does each competition pay? What the dates are? Do we want to run it within the next hour? Do we want to run it for the next 2 weeks? Do we want to run it in the next? All of these things are all whatever. But look at what you earn. So you earn $38,246 on an instant purchase. And it's all in real time. Every single time new credits are purchased, you're getting paid. The entire ecosystem is getting paid. People are getting paid on content they created. People are getting paid that connected people. People are getting paid on the crowd pay. People are getting paid in the competition. People are getting paid in all kinds of different ways, and nobody has to be connected to each other. That's the next paradigm shift. That shift. Now, I could go a whole lot further than what I'm going with you right now. And I could show you some stuff that may really blow your mind. So let's just say this right here has you as an area. That's the lowest rank in this company. So let's change that real quick. Let's go back up here and say that you are an international. So we're going to go from the lowest to the highest. Now let's look at your pay. 41,000. You see that? All right. Obviously there was other money that was paid out, but I just want to kind of stop here for just a minute. There's so many more modules that go to this, and they're done. This isn't like hypothetical. We're already using this to create all kinds of stuff. It blow your mind, the stuff that we've created from. And when I say blow your mind, guys, I'm not just talking about content. I'm not just talking about the stuff that you think AI is. I'm talking about stuff that's going to blow some of your minds. In fact, I'm going to wait until May the 1st to share. I may even wait till July the 4th. I don't know, to share the biggest piece to this. That, guys, I've literally been told, and I mean multiple times, and I can even show it to you. I can prove it to you that pre-launch of everything I'm showing you, that this company has a $1 billion valuation. When it first understood what I was doing, it was like $100 million valuation. Today it caught everything, and it's going crazy now. Restructuring all kinds of contracts, guys, I can't even begin to tell you what you've got your hands on. So what I want to do real quick is I want to stop the share. And I'm going to unpin myself here. and let you guys, I don't know that I want to do this, but I'm going to let you ask some questions tonight. So, guys, if you ask a question that I just go to the next person, don't be offended, okay? Don't be offended, because we don't have a whole lot of time on here. And I don't want to discourage you either from asking questions, but I only want you to ask questions regarding what I shared with you tonight. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing about products, nothing about brands, nothing about anything else other than what you saw tonight. We'll discuss all the rest of that later. And yes, that's all still there and all still in place. I'm just showing you this much. This much. Okay? All right. Jules, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
How you doing, Marty? What I'm wondering is, why are you waiting so long to release it? I'm ready to work it.
Well,
what?
So I want you to think about that for just a minute, okay? I want you all to understand something. You're sitting in a place in time where the people that did benefit from Bitcoin were sitting before the world realized what it was. You better be glad we've not rolled this out. You don't want us to roll this out, because the moment we roll it out and you didn't take advantage before it was rolled out, you just lost. Because now all of a sudden, the whole world is hearing about it. And they're not hearing about it from you. They're hearing about it from all kinds of people. So that's why you want to go get locked in right now. You want to get people that you know locked in today. Uh-oh. Why did somebody stop my video? Some co-host. Who's stopping my video? Okay, Amanda.
Okay, now hopefully this goes along. I mean, it should go with what you're saying. How do we connect our ecosystems with ecosystems that were, like you were saying, that we're not connected to?
You don't have to. The company does everything, all of that for you. It's already pre-built in. Okay, guys, I can't even begin to tell you where this has headed. It's literally from legal attorneys. It's not crypto. It is not whatever. It is something that is bigger than that. And wait until you actually realize what it is. The paradigm shift. Like, I'm telling you, you're gonna wish so bad that you would have quit making decisions on your feelings and on past things and on, fear and on whatever. Guys, there's an entirely new IT team in corporate. Okay, we've completely transitioned. We've let go of anybody and everybody that you can think of that was managing past technology projects and stuff, okay? Websites are completely designed in different code. They don't function the same. Your back office is about to completely disappear with a brand new back office that is going to blow your mind. I mean, literally, the new app is going to blow your mind. I'm just telling you. So, Christina, go ahead. You're still muted. So I'll just take that as you didn't have a question. Guys, it's 7:30. I want to jump off of here. I wish that there was a way that I could scare you to death. I really do. I really do. And I'm going to tell you why. Because reward does not motivate you as much as fear motivates you. Right? You've heard the saying before. Imagine that you were 50 stories up and there was a plank that ran from one building, from the rooftop of this building to the rooftop of that building, and somebody puts $1 million on the other side, and the plank's only 6 inches wide. How many of you are going to walk that plank 50 stories up to go get that million? Probably nobody, right? What if it was 10 million? Probably nobody, right? What if it's 100 million? Probably nobody, right? What if it's 1 billion? Probably nobody, because your life is not worth that. But if it was your baby stuck in the middle of that plank, how many of you would go out on that plank? Every single one of you, because fear motivates you more than reward. I wish I could scare you enough to get you off your butt. And I mean it. I mean this, guys. You are going to wish that I would have grabbed you and dragged you by your hair, grabbed you by the jugular, slapped you around, and you're going to wish that I would have forced you to do something. But I can't do that. We can't do that. It's not even possible, right? But that's how you're going to feel, because I have felt that way before. Like I know somebody who made $4 billion in Bitcoin. 4 billion, not million, billion. And that's the way I felt towards him. I literally was like, dude, why didn't you force me? And I was mad. I was angry with him. Well, it wasn't his fault. It was my fault. I actually told him it was a scam. I told him he was going to go to jail and all these things. I said, I would never do anything like this. You are absolutely crazy. Now, I had already mined a ton of Bitcoin with my brother-in-law, because we had 80,000 coins at one time. And we sold almost all of them when it grew to 84 cents a coin. And we thought we were loaded. My brother-in-law was using the coins for black market gaming. He was using them to play games in the black market. We never knew it would be that. And so when somebody came, I was like, dude, I had 80-something thousand of those coins. You're crazy, dude. And here he is today, a multi-billionaire because of it. I can't remember when it was. It was probably at least 4 years ago, maybe 5, maybe 6. No, it wasn't that long ago. About 4 years ago, where I ran into him and I was like, why didn't you force me? Why didn't you say you're an idiot? Why didn't you whatever? Well, there was nothing he could have done that would have changed my mind. There's nothing I can do to change your mind. Not a single thing. You got to change your mind. You are in control of your belief. You are in control of your conviction. You are in control of your fear. All right, I'll take two more questions. Guys, they can only be about what we discussed tonight, okay? No offense, but I want to keep this thing focused. Nika, go ahead.
Great day, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Hale. So I think this is really awesome, and it's definitely, something that I can see happening. So my question is, how do we pitch this? What's the message to get people locked in on what's about to happen?
So here in just a few days, okay, but I wouldn't even wait for a few days. I'd get them on this Zoom, okay? That's one thing. But here in a few days, you're going to have a brand new website that you can send them, you can show them, you'll have a pitch deck that you can show them, and all of those things. But guys, I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you that in a few days, when you get all that, you're going to wish that you would have already told every single person that you know, get ready. Get ready. I need you to go join. It won't be the same, guys. It won't be the same. The people prior to May the 1st are going to have an unfair advantage on everybody after May the 1st. You will have an unfair advantage. Okay? One, because you've been here, you've been a part of it. But I can tell you guys right now, I was on a Zoom. I don't even want to say this. Why am I opening my big freaking mouth? I was on a Zoom today. I was on a Zoom today, and barely even showed them what you saw. Barely. Didn't even show them really all of that, okay? And they immediately started calling people, started texting people. Right there while I was on the Zoom with them, showing me responses to some of the biggest players the industry's ever heard of and ever seen. If you wait, you're late. Okay, Chris, last one. All right, guys, Love you guys. Y'all have a great night, and we will see you soon. Hopefully, get with whoever invited you tonight and and make the shift, guys. Get involved, but get engaged. More important than anything. Okay. All right. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you soon.